I'm so excited about today's video because today I'm going to cover the biggest barrier to working a purpose-aligned career. So Michelle Glover with Journey Unlimited, I work with professionals to help them discover their unique purpose and learn how to maximize it in the workplace. So, what is the biggest barrier to living and working a purpose-aligned career? Bam! Right in the mind. I love this quote by Tim Galloway, who is a U.S. tennis player, and he says, "The opponent within one's head is more formidable than the one on the other side of the net." So oftentimes, we're not fighting against external factors. We are fighting against the things that in our mind that's saying, you can't, you shouldn't, what about, and that will stop you prior to anything else. So let's talk about those 5 internal barriers that are hindering you from working a purpose-aligned career. In addition to that, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to think about how you can overcome them. So what's one of the biggest challenges I hear from here about moving and working a purpose-aligned career is time. I don't have time. And I don't want to gloss over your responsibilities at home and at work. Right? Because there is a lot that you are dealing with. But I'm going to tell you this, there's never going to be more time. So the thing is, I want you to think about, A, what can you delegate? I have to do everything. My question is, do you? So it's to think about, make this list of things that you are doing right now. What are things that you truly have to do? All right? So gotta do it, gotta own this. What are things that you can delegate to someone else? Even if it means a learning curve, even if it means, handing off responsibility to a spouse, even if it means reaching out to your friends to say, hey, I may need some help here. Even if it means working with a colleague to say, hey, can we partner together on this assignment? Or for some others, even if it means hiring out help. So getting help that you pay for. What can you delegate to others, even if it means for a short time, a learning curve on their behalf? So think about that. And then also, what are the things that you're doing that you need to stop doing because it's not adding any value, right? So I need to, no judgment, but I need to binge watch X, Y, and Z. It helps replenish me. Well, what if you just watched a couple of episodes instead of binge watching something? Those are things that you can stop doing or even modifying to give you the thing that you desire, which is time. Also, with the thing of time, when you're working in this purpose-aligned journey, no one says, not even me, that you gotta do it all today. No one says that you have to do it all by December 21st. Or 31st, you're putting unnecessary pressure on you by thinking of your goals in this purpose-aligned journey in this truncated time frame. So think, okay, if I do a little bit here and a little bit there, and if I'm looking to go to school, okay, well, maybe instead of this short time frame, what if I extend it out? If I'm looking to, look for another opportunity and there's certifications I need to get, let me just plan that out. Because if you look at it more in a longer time frame, that gives you, so you can delegate and move things along in your journey, in your list of responsibilities, but also it helps alleviate the pressure that you don't have time. You do have time. It's just thinking baby steps instead of this, I got to make a move right now. Now, if you're ready to make a move right now and you want to move faster, that is okay too. Also, another thing that, gets people is, what will other people think? Right? So this perception that, if I decide to move into another assignment, if I decide to go for this stretch role, if I decide to quit my job and take on this entrepreneurial journey, what will other people think? This is so important, so please hear me on this. When you are making bold moves in your career and even in your personal life, there's going to be a time when you need that idea to kind of take root. So it's like the seed, right? So you plant the seed, Let me just say, I do not have a green thumb, but I do know you plant the seed, you water it, you cultivate it, you let it take root. And then once it has taken a firm root, then you start to see that plant grow. Same thing with your ideas. When you have this idea, you plant that seed, and then you only talk to people who are going to help you water that seed, who are going to help you cultivate it until it takes root. So be very selective in those people you tell initially, because you want your idea to have root before it springs out and people say, oh, this is horrible. And they start to pull your idea out of the ground. So be very selective in who you share. So that way you have more confidence, you've gotten more ideas, you've had time to let the idea marinate, think through scenarios, and then you can tell other people. So that's number 2. Number 3, very important. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm passionate about. I don't know. Very important here. Decide within yourself that you are going to take the effort to figure it out. Go through a journey of exploration. This is exploration internally within yourself. This is working with someone like me as a coach, but where you're going to commit to figuring it out. That means asking questions. I'm a big fan of journal assignments because journal assignments help you silence the background noise and really find out what isn't here. I share often is that you know the answers, but you just need the quiet time to figure it out. So decide within yourself that you are going to take a journey of exploration to figure out what your purpose is. Okay? So we good? Check that off. The next is confidence. Number 4 is confidence, lack of confidence. So I want to take this purpose-aligned career. This is what I know it is, but I don't know if I can do it. I just did a video on owning your greatness, owning your expertise. So please go to my YouTube channel to watch that video because it's great in terms of giving you suggestions for doing that. But let me tell you, no one is going to know how great you are if you don't know how great you are. So one of the things that you can do to help build your confidence is to really go through your resume, go through your expertise, think through those things that you do better than anyone else. Start to identify your strengths, identify your accomplishments. Oftentimes as professionals, and I work with leaders who they're just going through the motions, right? And it takes a moment to just stop and be like, hey, you just received that award. That's awesome. I'm gonna need you to celebrate that. Hey, you just helped land this project under budget within the time frame allotted. I'm gonna need you to celebrate that. But oftentimes as professionals, we're just going through work. So your job, and this is gonna help you actually in your resume as well, is to go through your resume, think through those things that you've accomplished, those things that make you the expert, your professional certifications, and then start to say, I am good at this. No one is giving you anything. You have earned it. But I need you to know that before others will know that. Okay? And the final barrier, so number 5, final barrier that is hindering people from living a purpose-aligned career is, drumroll, fear. Fear of the unknown. I want you to think about that. It's that thing that stops us in our tracks is the fear. One way to overcome fear, because it's fear of the unknown, is to start to make things known. That means to plan for items, plan for, what happens if. Plan for those worst case scenarios. Think of all of those items that may stop you from moving forward. I don't have my certification in XYZ. I don't have any managerial skills to go for this manager position. I don't have project management experience. I don't have time. Go through those things. Make that list. And then start to plan, how can I get this certification? How can I get managerial responsibilities? Even, let's not forget, It may not be in the workplace. You may have to go to a professional organization that you volunteer for and take on a leadership assignment there. So when you take on that leadership assignment there in that professional organization that you're volunteering for, that is giving you coaching, mentoring, developing responsibilities that you can then leverage in your resume for professional experience. So you got to be creative. I don't have, project management experience. Again, professional organization. Are there opportunities for you to lead projects? Do you need to go to get your PMP certification? Hey, I managed a project of my home renovation. I know that could be a big deal. So think of those things that says, I can't, that are causing that fear, and then think of what can I do to plan? Because the best way to alleviate some of that unknown is to start to plan and make things known. Creating a path helps tremendously. So please do not negate that. So Michelle Glover with Journey Unlimited, and thank you so much for tuning in to the barriers that keep us from having a purpose-aligned career. I don't want to leave you with this thought. You have been given a purpose in life. And that purpose is to be magnified in the workplace as well. You think you live a third of your life at work. How much more fulfilled if that third of your life is walking in your passion? It's walking in your purpose. It's walking what God has gifted and prepared you for. Okay? But what's going to stop you, more than the external factors, is here. So think to yourself, what is holding you back? And how can you start to plan forward to move forward? Again, Michelle Glover with the Journey Unlimited. Please, you can always go to my website at journeyunlimited.com. You can also schedule a discovery session with me at info@journeyunlimited.com. And finally, you can also go to my YouTube and subscribe to see some of these other videos that I share, tips and tools to help you live a purpose-aligned career. It's Michelle Glover, and bye for now.